This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It is me, it is CGB, and don't turn off the video! I know you hate it. I know. I'm aware. You can dislike the video, don't turn it off. There's important information here. Rogues. Rogues has new technology. They are evolving. They are fighting back against mono white and mono red. And it is important that if you are a rogue player, you know what it is. And that if you hate rogues, that you know what it is so you can prepare for it. And you don't walk directly into it and get destroyed by it. The new technology, all the mono white decks and that sneaky annex from mono red, as well as their very aggressive tactics, it requires that the rogues adopt a new way of dealing with the creatures on the board. Heartless Act isn't cutting it. You know, eliminate's not cutting it. So now in rogues, to battle the mono white mages, the first person I saw doing this, Brian Braun in the MPL, Deadweight. It works for the Luris Auras mono black list. It can work here too. Second big one, this has been a sideboard innovation for a while. In aggro, it might be time for the main deck. Crippling Fear just absolutely devastates so many of the mono white mages. And then the coup de grace, you know that rogues can drag a game out. Each turn that goes by, they get more land on the field. -X, and you gain X life. This is a nightmare for mono red, and it does take out things like Annex, Season, Hollowblade without giving them benefits. But it also has another mode, exile up to twice X target cards from graveyard. So it's great against the escape cards that you bring in against rogues. So the new technology is wonderful against aggro. The new technology is weak against Yorion and go over the top strategies. Maybe that's my evil plan for today, judge for yourself. But for me, this anti-aggro best of one version is down to 4 Drown in the Locks for the counter spells, but it still has a wish board. And if you're in best of one and you're playing more of a control game, there's not a good reason not to use one Fae of Wishes at least and access a sideboard, because it can make a huge difference in the game. So if you're going to play a long game, if you're actually expecting the game to go very, very long, one Fae of Wishes is highly encouraged, and in Rogues, you can access a whole bunch of cards that help. The Tormod's Crypt is an interesting one, as exiling the graveyard isn't exactly what they always want to be doing, but it is the nuclear option against cycling, which is a terrible matchup. And then we have a lot of the usual suspects. I probably don't have to explain to you how Disdainful Stroke, Negate, Duress work, Epic Downfall. I mean, if they have a big thing, exile it. Feed the Swarm, though. Feed the Swarm hits enchantments. One of the nastiest things that could happen to this deck was a Shark Typhoon on the battlefield. This can stop it. Sorcerer's Spyglass can turn off Ugin and Faceless Haven. Soul Shatter can hit dragons and Dream Trawlers. Extinction Event is actually pretty potent since a lot of our cards are odd. If you come up against somebody who plays a lot of evens, Extinction Event can wipe them right out. Ashiok is just a good generic fetch that can also get artifacts off the battlefield, which can be hard. I had a Raven's Form in here and went with Ashiok instead. Still not sure if that's right. Ugin the Spirit Dragon wipes the board and also tests the IQ of the player. If you always fetch Ugin because you don't know what to fetch, you're not doing wishboarding right. Erebos' Intervention, another copy because it's really amazing in the late game, which is when you can Fae for it. And one Lol Mage's Domination to yoink things, which was in the main deck and was a solution for a while, but I had a lot of trouble with the mana. Getting the triple blue was super awkward. So this is the Rogues list I'm recommending for right now. We're going to play it in High Mythic. If you hate Rogues, you should still watch the video. You should learn how to beat Rogues and what they're up to. And these games, in my opinion, are very good. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to set a better example for the Rogue Mages out there. I am the Blue Mage. I am the evil one. So Rogues players probably watch me. I'm trying to set a good example on playing faster. In several of these games, I am like whipping through the games as fast as I can, not stalling and thinking about every single play the opponent makes, because some of them aren't that important. And if there is a PSA I could give the Rogue world as one of you, it would be play faster. Rogues is annoying enough. When they play glacially slow, it's the worst possible combination of all the tilting things that could ever exist in the Magic world. So it's weird coming from me, I know. Insert comments about how ironic, what a hypocrite, telling people to play fast when he thinks about things. Watch some of the games. Trust me, I can play the deck fast. I hope other people can play it fast by now. They've been playing it for a few months. Anyway, tangent, rant. I'm just trying to do some good in the world. Anyway, this video, whether they like it or not, is dedicated to Alan Mendoza, Michael Wolf, and Chris Paradox, the latest 3 members of the Cool Kids Club. Thank you for joining and hitting that join button below, supporting the channel. And today we dedicate a cosmetic to you. I saw a sweet one in the daily deals. I have a mutate list that might be coming. I'm not gonna commit to it or anything, but let's pick up this gorgeous Auspicious Sterix in your honor. Thank you for the support. And now, let's dive in. Let the new rogue nonsense begin. All right, finally a new opponent. Are they going to play the aggro meta I expected? Whenever you have Windrobber Crab, lead with Windrobber. It's a mill 4 by turn 2 instead of a mill 3. Opponent with a mull. I'm sure that they are so happy to see the Windrobber. Maybe they don't love me anymore. Oh, are they gonna play mono white? Yes, they are. They're on the mono white life deck. The reason we're playing the deck the way we have it. Yeah, baby. Ah. The only problem with getting the #1 Mythic is now for the rest of my life, I have to respect mono white. Mono white life of all decks. If you had told me a year ago it was going to get me to Mythic, I'd have laughed at you. I'm getting ready for some crippling fear. This is gonna be juicy. This is exactly what we built the deck to do. All right, keep getting in there, keep milling them. We want to sacrifice this, then we want to name Crab when we play the fear. So we need to get the opponent to a low card count, which looks like we're gonna make it here this turn. And then next turn we fear. So does that mean, should we buy Lurrus? What can they do on turn 3 that can get us? Heliod is a very annoying card, but I'm not deathly afraid of it. Sky Maul would be fine. Let's get the Lurrus. Let's get the Lurrus. Keep progressing towards the end game of Lurrus Windrobber counter to protect it. We kind of want them to slam that, don't we? Yes, we do. They're not ready for the technology. They're looking at all their protection and all their indestructible and their 3 toughnesses and not ready. All right, let's test our opponent here. We're not going to give them the life. We'll sacrifice before that happens, but maybe they're afraid to block. For some reason. Yeah, like there's no reason to be afraid to block, but some people play around shadows. All right, there's the block. That's a good card, I hear. Into the Story is a pretty good card. All right, make sure we play this right. Black mana. Crippling Fear. Yeah. That won't help you. I name Crab. I'm glad I got to do that in the video. I'm glad I got to do that in the video. All right, so we want to get to the point where we have Lurrus and we can protect it with Drown in the Lock and it's getting back a Windrobber. So in the meantime, we'll play this Temple, scry that beautiful card to the top, say go, plan to Erebos' Intervention the Skyclave if they put the Maul on it. 3 life. We get 1/1. Let's check out the top of the deck. The opponent with a nice. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep the lands coming. We're not going to play the Wind Robber here. We're gonna hold up the Drown to counter whatever the opponent tries to do, and then we have them in the Wind Robber Lurrus lock. This is fine. Is that fine? I guess they can't do anything else this turn. Let's counter it. Temple Parade. Yep, that's a good one. Free Wind Robber. Schmork. Aggro Lurrus. Let's go, kitty. Man, Lurrus has been good to me this week. It's in both as a 4-of in the white deck and now as a companion. Card is treating me well. Opponent has their own Lurrus. Let's not play that game. Lurrus is one of the cards that can straight up beat you because you put so many cards in their graveyard. All right, so we need a human. We don't have one yet. Let's see if we can draw one. Yes, we can. Enforcer. Of one mind, 2 cards. All right. I think we hold this back to block if the Alseid gets the Maul of the Skyclaves put on it. Opponent with a GG. Sharing the love even though I'm roguing them to death, which is understandably annoying, and now we're number 22. Sure, on the play, Yorion. Means Crippling Fear is bad. Soaring Thought Thief, good. We will see, though. We will see. The meta I've been trying to beat only appeared once. I've only seen one person playing the dreaded, and I do mean the dreaded, mono white list. Everybody else has been playing Yorion, which has made Crippling Fear really bad. It's made my deadweights really bad. I may be out-metaing myself here in Mythic. I am surprised that there's so many Yorion players already in Mythic. That's weird to me. Usually they lag on the sheer count of their games take a long time. Interesting. Don't know why you do that now. That other one you kept on top is going to get milled. Well, I don't have anything to bluff or hide with a counter. Let's just max mill them, because we have mill raced a Yorion deck in the past, and the more we mill out of them, the worse their ultimatums get. So I guess we're gonna try to mass mill their ultimatums as quickly as we can and hit them for the extra 3. If we draw a Drown or an Into the Story from here, I think we just run away with the game. Yeah, Cultivate. You're gonna take a bundle for that. Oh, yeah. We'll play this, it will hold priority for us, but we're not gonna crack it till we absolutely have to. And I think that's just game. Good, honest rogues. Good, honest rogue gaming right there. Why does it have to take a million years? It can be so fast. That's so bad. I'm a horrible person. I feel slimy. I believe I've gone 3-1 to stay at rank 20. If we win this one, we might rank up, maybe. On the play. Failed. Good hand, though. We'll keep it. The awkward part, this hand it doesn't have any of the anti-aggro tech, so if our opponent is the aggro deck, they might just destroy us with this hand. Because it's possible we're just playing a bunch of wimpy little creatures and one removal spell. And that's not enough to beat, say, a curving out mono red or mono white. Or a mono red. Double Thieves Guild? I think we need to get blue online, actually. It's a lot of rogues. I think I have to work. I think I have to bottom this, though. I've got to work on getting to Crippling Fear. I need the removal. Oh, look, they're not doing anything. I love it. Would you like to Bone Crush my face? That's one less Bone Crusher that can hit my squad. And a Haven. Okay, so if we play the first Thieves Guild Enforcer, they're gonna Bone Crush something. We can slow roll. We can just play Crab next turn. Yeah, we don't have to be in a rush here. Actually, if we play both and then play Crab, we can't... Yeah, we can't of one mind yet without drawing the right land, because we don't have 2 blue. So let's wait. Oh, we would have drawn it. This is good, though. This way we get a mill. If they have Frostbite, they get rid of the Crab, but that's life. What kind of a mono-red hand is this? Must have a lot of Bone Crusher Giants. Uh-huh. No attack. Okay, well, now they don't have mana up for a stomp, so let's deploy a Thieves Guild. That way they have to use the mana next turn. Now we get to passage them. We can into the story here, but I think I'd rather of one mind and make sure we get that cast. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. I mean, let them Bone Crush, right? Let's just go for it. Let's just mega board them. They're gonna hate this, but it's so much mill. Where's your deck? Where your deck go, bro? What happened to your deck, Mono Red? All your beautiful cards. I mean, you have a rogue, I have a rogue. We're basically the same deck. We should be friends. No? No friends? That was Mono Red. No rogues. And on the draw. Mulligan? Without an early enabler, the deck just doesn't matter, does it? Keep. What goes back? I think it's you. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it's supposed to be you. That's a tough one. Especially since Rune Crab on its own is an enabler, but like can just sit on the board. You need to keep land to make it good. So let's slow roll our Crab. We want to make sure we get the mills. And we'll see what our opponent has for us. Looking very Sultai-esque with a Foretell. Should be a tough matchup. Activate now. Don't let the opponent untap and kill the Crab in response. All right. Another black is fine. We have a blue in hand. So, tough luck. We got Yorion first when we prepared for aggro. And they have the Nightmare. Game is close to terrible, but yeah, the Crippling Fear is not what you want to draw. Let's use the turn to buy Aluris instead of hold up Drown. I'm not very afraid of what they might play, and they'll take the Drown anyway if they want to resolve something. The good news is when this hits the graveyard, they'll have 7 cards, so we'll get to Into the Story soon. Our counters are at a premium because we don't run that many since we were prepared for aggro matchups. This is going to be rough. I don't know how we win. We'll have to draw all of our Drowns, and we're going to have to dodge their Nightmares for the rest of the game. If they have Wishes, maybe that can get us something good. Okay. Once this goes to the graveyard, Into the Story is castable. And we do have 2, so even if they Jwari disrupt 1, we can play another. So, do you bring counter spells as well? Yeah, we're in the Nightmare matchup, aren't we? This is not good. What an interesting set of cards. Opponent runs out Yorion. Sad Yorion with no land drop. Interesting. Let's get this going. Let's draw some cards. Pretty sick mills. We have another crab. Alright, so we'll play this, draw some more. Play this, mill the crab out of them. The milling can make their ultimatums awkward if you hit all the cards that they wanted. And also right now they need lands. Maybe we'll just take all their land. Let's have a review. 1 Epiphany, 1 Shark Typhoon, Binding, Nightmares, Ashiok. There's the Shadow's Verdict. Feels good. Makes my Agadeem's Awakening look pretty bad. We still haven't drawn another counter spell. This has been absolute destruction. Absolute destruction for us. Yep. Gotta do it somehow, right? Certainly working on things the hard way, and I'm doing it all at sorcery speed intentionally. Let's hope it's not another Shadow's Verdict. If it's removal, we can Agadeem's back the board, but not if it's exiled. Our draw just hasn't been good enough. There goes an Extinction Event as well. Seems like there's still a lot of removal in their deck, doesn't it? Alright, Luris down. Opponent will attack with the Yorion. We'll block with a Thought Thief if they do, because then we're going to Agadeem's it back. Okay, that's fine too. The opponent's just trying to straight up smork us. Alright. Let's see what we can do. The Crippling Fears. The Crippling Fears are ruining me! Alright. Enforce you again. Gonna just mill the crap out of you. We're not even halfway there from what a 60 card deck would be. But we're trying. Where's that Drown in the Lock too? Our opponent actually, they have triple blue, which is super awkward for ultimatum. Like, that won't get their ultimatum done. This will help. The Binding Trigger will help if they still have a Triome in the deck, and they do. We didn't successfully mill it. This is close. You gonna attack? Yeah? Erebos' intervention. Extinction event. Okay, what's down here? I guess we can do a 3 of. But I think this is the play. If you're gonna name odd. Let's put one of these in the graveyard instead and go up to 10. The opponent doesn't have to... They can name even here and keep their Yorion. Alright, they do. That's fine too. All pre-combat because we want the triggers from Thought Thief. Milling is the win con. Now even their ultimatums start looking a lot weaker as we reduce the size of their deck. They're down to 21. Can you believe it? Are we actually going to mill the 80? From such a bad spot that we were in? Oh my gosh, we might do it. They still have this card exiled. It might be an Epiphany. That's pretty scary. It's got to be an Epiphany, right? They would have cast anything else sooner. Yep, there it is. We still haven't drawn another Drown. We're just doing it all the hard way as an aggro deck with no disruption. Eliminate my thief, okay? That just comes back. But they have another turn. Gotta take this block, sack. We'll see if they have another Epiphany for lethal. Don't do it. Don't Epiphany me. Gargaroth, okay. These might actually do something. Down to 4. Do you think that last card's a negate? Our opponent has 15 cards left. Another island. This is 1, 2. This is 3, 4. Then we have Awakening, which is 5, 6, 7, 8. 16. Because it's 4 cards per rogue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We can mill them out. Or we could go for the Crippling Fear line. The disruption. Is there any? Let's lead with a Wind Robber. Doesn't look like there's any disruption here. Looks like we can just mill them out. Okay. I mean, every rogue makes this easier. Three cards. Got it. We finished the job. Guys, I just won and went from rank 20 to rank 21. And I beat someone in Mythic too. When I said that we were going to D rank, that we were not going to stay in the top 10, when I said that D rank is intense and brutal, I meant it. I think this is the best example I've ever seen. We just went from rank 20 to rank 21 with a win. Did we just... Is this mono red again? I think it is. They're gonna be out for vengeance without question. And we are on the draw, and I guarantee they won't have that bad of a draw 2 games in a row. So we really want to set it up so that we have Wind Robber and Thieves Guild Enforcer and get to cast of One Mind. Oh my gosh, their hand is playing out the same way. This is so weird. This is kind of tough. As much as I want to double black for 2 Thieves Guild Enforcers, I also want to play Wind Robber, Thieves Guild Enforcer, and of One Mind in one turn, and it requires double blue. And I think that getting to cast a cheap of One Mind is more important than getting to cast 2 Thieves Guild Enforcers. I'm not trying to be the beatdown. Alright, they commit the Annex. There's the blue. So we'll have some Death Touch, and the opponent won't have the Embercleave ready yet. For some reason, they just don't draw their 1-drops and 2-drops ever. They're a very strange mono red deck in that manner. I also don't think I get greedy and attack here. The opponent will have plenty of removal. We need to make them fight their way through all the enforcers. We are the control deck. We are a mill control deck. Our creatures function like removal spells. Come at me, bro. They do. A land, cool. Opponent does get some tokens. I am not afraid of tokens. Not yet. Oh, wish I had that for the Annex. So we want to try to use a turn here to cast Into the Story. I'll trade the Merfolk Windrobber if I get the chance. I know that a card seems good, but it also might need to block a Faceless Haven or another haste creature. Fireblade Charger, okay. Yeah, I think we should keep this. I'm sure at some point in the future it can do more than handle a 1/1. Let's see if they go for an Embercleave, though. They do. I guess we should counter the Embercleave. If they have that on the field, it becomes so painful. We could also kill the creature at enchants and then kill the thing they try to equip with it next turn, but it's just always going to be there. This lets us play an Enforcer now. We don't get to block with it, which is too bad, but we do get to put it on the field. Go to work that way. So, is there a reason to have Erebos' Intervention up? Don't think so. Let's play the tap land. Another draw two. Seems good. We'll see. If our creature dies, it's not that good. All right. Let's see how they attack. If they have another Embercleave, it's not good. Interesting that they threw away a token for 2 damage. They must be feeling pretty desperate. So their hand can't be great. If it was great, they would probably pace themselves. I felt like they had me in full control mode. I'm trying to think about why. Looks like the of one mind has to wait now. A lot of 1-drops down there. Another Haven. Let's see if they power one up. They still haven't powered up a Haven yet. And another Goldspan Dragon? Okay. Alright, their draws are good. Without question now. We gotta take out one. This does give away that we have another Thieves Guild, but let's see if the opponent, like, runs into it anyway. They ran in last turn. Okay. I think we trade with this Charger while we can. At this point, every point of damage we take is very bad for us. We've got to kill this dragon. Let's hope they can't top deck a way to deal with Lurrus here. I would have drawn a mountain. Let's see if we come back to regret this. How's their Embercleave count doing? Probably all 4 of them still in the deck. All right, they drew land. They're powering up Havens. We have Thieves Guilds to spar with them. And we have the Lurrus, which we can block with and then get back with Awakening. They powered up the one with Summoning Sickness. No! Mono Red? How dare you Mono Red so hard on this channel? There's Into the Story. Oh yeah, they're in trouble now. They're in big trouble now. All 4 Thieves Guild Enforcers. This is where you want Haunting Voyage. Keep it coming. That hits for 2. It's not enough. I don't feel like I need more cards right now, but I don't know. Maybe the bluff is worth enough. More mountains to the graveyard. Let's go again. Okay, we had another crab. Lurrus, get me some life. Thank you. 32 cards in our deck, 24 in theirs. Charger off the top. Yeah, they are in need of those Embercleaves. Look at all the lands. I'd say poor Mono Red, but we know that's... No, those don't activate a Faceless Haven. They're not snow mana. No, Mono Red, the treasures. You're throwing away your treasure. Mono Red. Mono Red. A rematch! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay. Rematch it is. If we're on the play, we can play the crab because they don't have the Blood Chief's Thirst in their deck. Lots of Eliminate, lots of Heartless Act, no Blood Chief's Thirst. But let's hope they don't just kill it, because we do want to of one mind. Oh, hello. I guess that's even better. Let's start the pain. Can you imagine getting rematched with rogues in their seat? I'd be so annoyed. I'm annoyed for them. I'm annoyed with myself. Dominance assertion moment. Yeah. Yeah, that's just the kind of guy I am. There's an Eliminate. Gotta have this of one mind before the crab gets destroyed. Again. Alright, please no Elspeth's Nightmare this time. That card bothers me. Cultivate, okay. 2 swamps acquired. I am Crab Master. I'm ready for my Shadow's Verdict, everybody. Let's buy the Lurrus. It's funny how we never have counter spells against them, but everybody else I ever play when I'm playing against rogues always has counter spells, but not us. Not today. All right, we'll play this. We'll play the Lurrus next turn. No land. Do they run enough land? They keep missing land drops. That or they're just checking me for priority hold, which I do have. Yeah, I guess they were checking me for priority. Guess they have Jwari. Let's hope they just use an Eliminate here. Doesn't look like they will. Let's just draw the card. It might be a Drown. Okay. Well, I want to play this, but I also want to be ready to get this back if it doesn't get removed by Shadow's Verdict. Okay, Omen. I wonder if we want to deadweight our own Lurrus here so that we can get it back with Awakening. What else is deadweight doing? There's a Drown. So next turn, yeah, that's too cute. That's way too cute. Yeah, it goes to the graveyard anyway. This is fine. At least I play rogues fast. You can't deny I'm probably the fastest rogues player you've ever seen, at least in the game so far today. I don't know, I'm in the zone. Just spell slinging. I'm trying to set an example for the rogues out there who think they have to tank over absolutely everything. It's awkward. This is for 5. I guess we could deadweight and intervention it, but the opponent's holding up 2 mana. Now I have to think. Thinking's hard, guys. We can always drown it if we can't remove it next turn. Alright, that resolved easy, so they don't have Jwari. We draw the land. They could have a negate. That would be a blowout, but I'm not playing around it. They only had 1, if I remember. Maybe 2. I did see almost their whole deck last game. And there was one already milled. Now let's see. Do they have it? Do they have the ultimatum right here, right now? Nope. And they do have a Yorion, which is going to bury us probably. But we get this Awakening. Hopefully we draw a land, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. We've got to be ready to counter something next turn, I think. You see the opponent scrying to the top with their Omens. But if we don't do this Awakening here, I think we just lose. I think we'll be too far behind if we don't. So, this is probably the sad point where we get ultimatumed. But I'm going to give it a try. All we have to do is draw a land. Okay. Opponent finds a forest, not even a triome. They're on 31 cards. They're attacking with Yorion. Yeah, no blocks. They might be going for Extinction Event. Do I have to defend it? Remember, they kept 2 on top, so they probably have another good card here. If they exile their own Yorion and exile our Lurrus, it's not the end of the world. Well, that sucks. That might be the other card they kept. Now they have Stick here. And it's a Heartless Act for the Thief. Okay, they've got us down to nothing. Curious what they have, but they have at least a Scry 4 sitting on the battlefield. We haven't drawn into the story this game, which is probably the biggest problem that we have. We just don't have the raw card count. Now let's see what's left in their deck to ultimatum for. Enough good stuff. Like, enough good stuff to beat us easily. Can't wait to see how much I D-rank on a loss. Only 3 spots? I may as well lose every match. Another rematch. What were they playing? Were they playing mono white? MTG Assistant, download link in the channel. Let's go to statistics, let's go to rogues, and we look and we see under ladder who we played. We played Makeout Hill, and it was mono white. Okay, now we know what we're up against. Dead weight with Lurrus. Let's keep it. Unfortunately, not an untapped blue. Here comes Selfless Savior. Next turn, Luminarch Aspirant. We'll hit it with Deadweight. We'll keep the land, even though it's not blue. We might have some mana problems this game, but we can't really turn it down. Our first draw of the Fae of Wishes. Okay, they have Daxos instead. Hitting that with Deadweight is not good. But I guess we will resolve the Crab. And play this. Got a Linden. So they're running the Linden version of the deck. We're definitely going to get bottlenecked on blue quickly. This is going to be a rough one. Yep, and Deadweight's not going to help us against the Sky Maul. Windrobber can jump in front. Maybe that's how we get through this. Thieves Guild Enforcer, that helps. That helps fill the graveyard so that our Windrobbers draw cards, which is important. I still think I saved the Deadweight for something else. We don't want to risk it getting stranded on the board. I guess I could use it on the dog. But let's wait. There might be a Lurrus from the opponent. That is something that would need to go. And we need to draw a land off the top. If we do, we can buy Lurrus, play our other Windrobber. There's an Apparition. Had a feeling that would come down. That's something we can Deadweight. The target is probably the Enforcer. Yep. No attacks. Interesting. Well, I'm going to see what I draw. I'm just trying to hit my land drops. I think it's important enough to go for. Bingo. Another 3 cards. So last turn the opponent didn't attack into a Windrobber. Let's do this again. And let's get Lurrus. Eventually we'll draw a way to kill this. Another Skyclave Apparition. Oh, that's gonna get annoying. Target. The Windrobber. I mean, I'll just draw a card. Okay. Crab remains. 36 cards in their deck, so we have a long way to go. Why aren't these attacking? Mono white players. What are you doing? What's happening? I can't protect it with a counterspell. If there is a third Skyclave Apparition, which sounds insane, but it does make sense with what they've done with their hand. Just the fact that it's been their last 2 plays, that's definitely a potential 3 of, since they didn't have anything else to do, and it wasn't that good of a play last turn. Like, it was a very medium play. So it makes sense that they might have another one. So we shouldn't. I don't think we should play the Lurrus until we can protect it here. Let's play this Thieves Guild Enforcer, draw 2. Let's Deadweight one of the Apparitions. Maybe we play this Fae of Wishes as a blocker. Okay, there's an Erebos' Intervention. Ten is a lot. It's gonna take a while to manage that. I guess I can flash in the Thought Thief if I really want to block this. Here's the Linden. There's still no life gain payoff, though. No Heliod. Do we block this? It's a pretty tough call. I feel like I should just fight for every life point. They're the aggro deck. I'm the mill control-y deck. If I live long enough to hit a crippling fear, I should win. So I think we block. Just fight for every life point. As bad as it looks like card disadvantage, but we have so much card advantage. Drown located. We don't have the untapped land though. Let's see what's on top of the deck. 3 more lands to the graveyard, 22 cards for the opponent. Fabled Passage, I mean, that's pretty good with our crab. Do we just play this Lurrus and hold Drown then? I think so. Let the opponent hit me once. I think that's the play. No castings. I wonder if they have Drown in the lock. I wonder. Luminarch Aspirant, okay. Where are you gonna put that counter? Probably not on my creatures. You can hover on them if you really want to. Skyclave Apparition, you want to rumble? Whoa. Dude, too much. All right. All right, they don't have the mana to remove the Lurrus now, so we're going to do this. No, wait, no, we're not. So what I could make them do is decide right now what's indestructible, but if I put the Lurrus in front of this, they have to sacrifice it first anyway, and I don't plan to put the Lurrus anywhere else. So that's just big brain. Put the Lurrus here. Well, they'll know what to make indestructible, though, because of where I put the Enforcer. That's legit. Oh well. I still think this is fine. Once the Savior is gone, we can kill the Daxos. And they say, oops, let's see if it is an oops. Do they have a way to kill this? Do they have a glass casket up their sleeve? Something I'm not foreseeing. Another Daxos. Okay. 18 cards. So if they put the Sky Maul on something, they go over the top. We want them to spend their mana on that. So let's play the Thieves Guild Enforcer. It mills as well. Pass the turn. Next turn we might go fetch a counter spell just to make sure we wrap it all up. There it is. Erebos' Intervention, baby. The technology. Could have let them point with the Luminarch Aspirant first, and maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. All right, let's see what's in that sideboard, shall we? Is this an Ugin? Is this an Ugin? View battlefield. All my creatures are odd. 2 of theirs are even. Oh, baby. That's not bad either. So tempting to grab a Ugin there. Uh-oh. That's probably the best card they could pull. We have a dead weight though. We have a dead weight. This will not save them. They need to do that a few turns in a row, and they have to line up an Alseed with it. We have another dead weight. So mean. I'm a horrible person. Never meet your heroes. Oh man. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and one of the things I regret about speedrunning to Mythic is honestly that it's such a small self-contained meta now that I can try to prepare my decks for the meta in Platinum, Diamond, and Gold, and I do watch other streamers and content creators who play in those ranks, and I do check out the statistics on MTGA Assistant about what they say are popular in the meta at large, but sometimes I'm just not going to get those matchups because I'm in a teeny tiny fraction of the actual meta. But let's review the meta at large. Look at this. Number 1 is mono red, just mono red. Number 2 is Dimir Mill, haha, rogues. Look at number 3 is Sultai Yorion. But number 4, 5, and 6 are all mono white life. Don't you think those should probably be one representative deck? But they're the different builds. I put out 2 different builds, and there's probably the regular mono white aggro. But look at the win rates. All of them, 61, 62, 62%. The highest rolling ones in the meta. So I think when I made that meta call, it was 100% right. But now the world does have to adapt to beat it. By the way, MTGA Assistant, you can download it with a link in the description. Get these sweet statistics and stuff. Let's check out how we did today. 6-1, 4 times on the draw, 3 times on the play. We lost on the play? What a disgrace. And the only loss being against Sultai, which is a matchup I would expect to be very difficult, considering that we've cut most of the counter spells to play anti-aggro cards that are dead against them, like Crippling Fear. And Erebos' Intervention is very awkward against them. So I'm not surprised that we lost a game there. And then down here, you can always see who you battled and the order and the ranking up system. But as far as looking at ladder performance, we went 6-1. 6-1, and we moved up from rank 20 to 11 by the end of the show. So, yay, I guess. Did it. Anyway, 85% win rate. Stick it in the title. I've told you before, win rates are scams, small sample size. But we do what we can as content creators to give you the narrative and story of a deck within a very short window of time that we have to play the games, record, upload, come up with the thumbnail titles, and if you don't have an editor, do the editing. So give content creators a break. They're just trying to convince you to watch content they put a lot of work into that they think you'll like anyway, and you probably will. That's not to say you liked this rogue content, you might have hated it, but something else I'm going to tell you, a secret for you who stayed till the end. A dislike on the video is just as helpful as a like by the YouTube algorithm. So if you want to dislike this video, you don't have to feel bad about that. Hit that thumbs down. I'm not afraid. I can take it. I am, of course, the one in Best of One who hit number 1. And today we played rogues. We don't have to play them again for a while. But now you know what they're up to. You can go out there and defeat them. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.